first company commander here at Camp H on the change of command day.
Well, this is Special Yager, one of the finest soldiers I've had the opportunity to serve.
Thank you.
Super soldier. And the reason he wasn't my driver was because brigade commander needs someone to drive for him. That's the only reason. Cool.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthems of the Republic of Korea and the United States of America. 신사숙녀 여러분 기립해 주시기 바랍니다. 한미 양국 국가의 연주가 있겠습니다.
Korean National Police Cooperation Service Medal. On behalf of the Commissioner General, National Police Administration, Republic of Korea, Superintendent General Koo Hong-il, Counselor of Foreign Affairs, will award Tate Davis with the Police Cooperation Service Medal.
데이비스 대리에게 군장 수여 및 감사패 기념품 증정 수여가 됐습니다.
대한민국 경찰 협력장 즉 주한 미 8군 헌병 여단장 대령 플로이드 J. 데이비스 귀하는 평소 양국 간의 우호 증진을 위하여 공헌하여 오셨으며 특히 대한민국 경찰 발전에 기여한 공이 크므로 대한민국 경찰 표창 규정에 의하여 이 협력장을 드립니다. 1992년 5월 6일 대한민국 경찰청장 김원환.
MND Joint Investigation Group Commander's Plaque. Brigadier General Kim Young-duk, Commander, Joint Investigation Group, Ministry of National Defense, will present a plaque of appreciation to Tate Davis.
다음은 국방부 합동조사단장 감사패가 되겠습니다. 김영동 장군님이 직접 수여하겠습니다. 표창장 수여 순서가 되겠습니다. 한국군 지원단장 김현영 대장님이 연합사 부사령관님의 표창장 및 기념품을 수여하겠습니다.
Republic of Korea Customs Plaque. On behalf of the Commissioner of Customs, Agency of National Security Planning Memento. On behalf of Chief Bureau 2, Agency for National Security Planning, Mr. Shin Kyung-yeok, Chief Counterterrorism Officer, will present a memento to Colonel Davis.
다음은 국가안전기획부 순서입니다.
Former Republic of Korea Army Provost Marshal General Memento. Brigadier General Retired Kim Jin-ki, former This concludes the presentations by the Republic of Korea military and law enforcement agencies.
이것으로서 한국 군 및 법집행기관의 군장 및 기념품 증정을 마치겠습니다.
잘 못해요.
The Legion of Merit is awarded to Colonel Floyd J. Davis, United States Army, for exceptionally meritorious service during the period 24 April 1990 to 5 May 1992, while serving as the Provost Marshal, United States Forces Korea, and as the Commander, 8th Military Police Brigade, 8th United States Army. Throughout the period, Colonel Davis, by his personal leadership, foresight, initiative, and dedication to duty, made major contributions to the security of the United States and the Republic of Korea. His outstanding management of military police resources assured the successful accomplishment of countless critical missions. Colonel Davis's distinctive accomplishments reflect great credit upon him, the United States Forces Korea, and the United States Army. Signed, Robert W. Wiskowski, General, United States Army, Commander-in-Chief.
데이비스 대령에 대한 공로 훈장 수여 순서입니다.
Mrs. Tate Davis is receiving the Commander's Award for Public Service for outstanding service and meritorious contributions to the Yongsan community and military police families throughout the Republic of Korea from June 1990 to May 1992. Mrs. Davis's support and tireless commitment to helping military families and the communities in which they live helped improve the overall readiness of the command. Mrs. Davis's outstanding service reflects great credit upon herself, this command, and the United States Forces Korea.
데이비스 대령 영부인에 대한 봉사상 수여 순서가 되겠습니다.
Since the earliest chronicles of military history, military leaders have used a banner or some visible symbol to identify themselves and to serve as a rallying point for their warriors. The very soul of a military unit is symbolized in the colors for which it fights, to record the glories of the past and stand guardian over present destiny. In the past, the colors joined their unit in formation and during ceremonies, signifying the contribution of past service and ensuring inspiration for future sacrifice. Their passing, from the old to the new commander, is significant in many ways. As you view this change of command, remember that these colors represent not only the body of the 8th Military Police Brigade, its soldiers and esprit de corps, but also its history of service to the Army and the country. Soldiers and commanders come and go, but the colors live on.
군 연역사 초창기부터 군 지휘관들은 군기 또는 기타 표식물을 사용하여 자기 자신들을 식별케 하고 그들의 전사들의 집결 지점 역할을 하게끔 하였습니다. 군부대의 생명은 과거의 역사를 기록하고 현재 처해 있는 운명의 수호자 역할을 하기 위하여 그 기치 밑에서 싸우는 군기로 상징되는 것입니다. 과거에는 군기는 과거의 복무의 고온들을 나타내며 장래의 희생을 위한 용기를 북돋아주며 그들 부대의 대형과 의식에 참가하였습니다. 이임 부대장으로부터 취임 부대장에게 군기의 이양은 많은 면에서 의의 깊은 것입니다. 여러분께서 이 취임식을 보면서 이 군기들은 제8헌병여단의 본체와 그 병사들과 단결심뿐만 아니라 군과 국가에 대한 봉사의 역사도 나타낸다는 사실을 기억해 주시기 바랍니다. 병사들과 지휘관들은 오고 가지만 군기는 사라지지 않습니다.
By authority of paragraph 3-1 Alpha, AR 600-20, the undersigned assumes command of the 8th Military Police Brigade, effective 6 May 1992. Signed, Robert L. Baldwin, Colonel, Military Police, Commanding.
육군 규정 600-20 제3-1A 항에 의거 하기 소명관은 1992년 5월 6일부로 제8헌병여단의 지휘권을 인수함. 소명관 헌병대령 로버트 L. 볼드윈 여단장.
Major General Taylor, Major General Silvesi, Brigadier General Shea, Brigadier General Kim, Brigadier General Kim, Superintendent General Koo, ladies and gentlemen, fellow soldiers, we thank you for the opportunity to be here today, and we thank you for the honor that you give to the soldiers here by taking time from your busy schedules to be with us for this occasion. There are many things that we could talk about today, but in the short period of time that I have, what I would really like to do is to say thank you. There have been literally thousands of people that have gone through our lives or past our lives in the last 2 years. Tate and I cannot mention all of them in the space of time that we have, but what I would like to do is to mention some representatives from the various groups. First of all, I give thanks to God for giving us the opportunity to live on this earth and to be of some service to others. And secondly, while we're here, I want to thank Mr. Ferguson and the 8th Army Band. Mike, you guys did a great job. Thank you especially for all the airborne marchers. To General Taylor, to General Viscasi, thank you both. Thank you both for the opportunity to command here, for the command climate which you have created, which I and all the commanders on this peninsula have benefited from for a great deal. It really is a wonderful place to command. It's a great place to learn and soldier. I have never received the kind of leadership anywhere that I have received here, and I especially owe a deep debt of gratitude to the officers who have this name. To our Korean friends, whether they be employees for the Provost Marshal's offices around the theater, whether they be members of the agencies with whom we work, whether they be members of the Rock Army, thank you very much for your support and your assistance. Tate and I have grown to have a great deal of appreciation and fondness for your wonderful country. We are very impressed with your culture and your traditions and your history, the beauty of your nation. We wish you continued peace and prosperity in many years ahead. One always mentions soldiers, but sometimes one forgets to mention civilians. I also should, by the way, I guess I should also thank the 8th First Con for keeping me semi-healthy this week and to make this a valor rest. I want to thank the many civilians that have worked with us, but especially some that I'd like to single out within the 8th Infantry Brigade. Miss Janet Hoy, who is on the front row with Tate and Pam because of all she's done for me as our secretary, has served over here for 31 years. She has been a mentor, a friend, a confidant, a great secretary, one who knows the history of the Provost Marshal office and has been able to give me great information on things that we probably did several times before I arrived. Mr. Che, the narrator, was always available. When I needed him. Duty hours are not often to check something with a local agency, with a national agency, particularly where it pertains to the safety and security of U.S. personnel at U.S. bases. And I thank you. Also, Linda Dickey. In a tough budget year, Linda gave us lots of support. She gave me the right answers. Sometimes they weren't the answers I wanted to hear, but that's exactly what I asked her to do, and she did. And I will miss her. And I will also miss Charlie Troglin, who has a great deal of experience here as a civilian and as a soldier in the many discussions that we had on security and trying to do what we could to improve security in some small way. I've never associated with a greater bunch of peers than I have here. There are too many colonels on this peninsula to mention them all, but I would like to mention some representative ones. As Deputy Chiefs of Staff, of course, Ken Ford and Jim Milling were always there when I needed help, always there when I needed to get a call to General Taylor and didn't want to bother him, were always there to provide support, and I thank you both for your friendship and for your assistance. I also mentioned some of the great other commanders that I've been here with. John Wood, First Com Commander with whom I served at the War College. John has always been there when we needed assistance, as commanders often do in the personnel business. And Mike Graves. Mike is leaving tomorrow. This is kind of a rehearsal for him. I hope you're not critiquing it. If you are, I know we passed. Mike, thanks for your help. I want to tell you how much I really personally appreciate the 2 communications officers you gave us. We were not authorizing them. We needed them to improve our combat readiness. You have helped. I hope your successor is in here in the stands and is listening to what I say. And thank you, Mike. Joe Stroud was instrumental in getting us lots of information when we were concerned about terrorism during Desert Storm, and at other times when he provided us information on dissident activities, and we talked constantly. He's not here today. He's in the United States, but I appreciate his support. Horace Chilton, of course, the CIP, a good friend, a great cop. Denny Coop provided us the legal advice to keep us out of trouble. And Harry Ng. Harry, you're out there somewhere. I want to tell you how much I appreciate the fact that you personally extended here in Korea for 2 years until you could get me through this command tour. And the resources that you gave us, the information you gave us was always great. There wasn't always a necessary amount, but we understood the problem. And between you and Dan Ruiz, I thank you for your help, and you both owe me $639,000. I want to thank the commanders out here. At least three serving or former battalion commanders are here today. George Abraham, George Smith, and Dennis Davis, and they've done a great job. And I appreciate your service, not only to us, not only your soldiers, but also to the communities in which they have served. I also, as I thought about remarks today, General Taylor, I need to tell you that in George Smith and in Dennis Davis and in Bob Baldwin, we have three very successful commanders who have something in common besides the fact that they're military police officers. All three of them are the sons of professional non-commissioned officers. I think that's critical. I think that's key, and I think that explains to a great deal why they have been so successful as battalion commanders. A number of sergeants major who I will call upon as representatives of the NCOs that we've had. Several here today who are as good as anybody I've seen. Rick Youngs, Chet Warlick, Gary Travis, and I should also mention Tom Davis, my 1st Brigade Command Sergeant Major. And I would be totally remiss if I did not mention the great Command Sergeant Major for U.S. Forces Korea and all the other titles that you have, Sergeant Major Gillis. Thank you for your support. Not only does he support the SINC and General Taylor, but he also supports commanders and soldiers, and he has always been there when I needed assistance. Sometimes I called and made the appointment, and sometimes they just asked me on the spur of the moment if I could come in. He's given great advice and great assistance, and you're out there somewhere, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate it. A lot of soldiers out there that represent many others that are here in Korea, still guarding bases and policing posts, and all the people that have preceded you. Thank you for your support. The soldiers in today's Army are as good as any I have seen since I first enlisted in 1962. I'm proud to have served in this Army. I'm proud to be given a son to it in a couple of months. And finally, on behalf of Tate and I, thank you for the opportunity to have served here in this great theater. 감사합니다.
Commander of 728 MP Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel George Smith, Command Sergeant Major Chester Worley. Commander HHD 728 MP Battalion is Captain Fowler, First Sergeant First Class Ritter. Commander of the 188th MP Company is Captain Johnson. First Sergeant is First Sergeant Rimmer. Commander of the 552nd MP Company is Captain Martin. First Sergeant is First Sergeant Levert. Commander of the 557th MP Company is Captain Kelly. First Sergeant is First Sergeant Butler. Please stand as the colors pass. As the national colors pass to the front.
출입해 주시기 바랍니다. 국기들이 여러분의 점수로 통하게 됩니다.
Commander 250th MP Company is Captain Alexander. First Sergeant Fry. Commander of the 772nd MP Battalion is Lieutenant Colonel Dennis Davis. Command Sergeant Major Richard Young. Commander of HHD 777th Battalion is Captain Sweeney. First Sergeant First Class Smith. Commander of 66th MP Company is Captain Bolden. First Sergeant First Class Patterson. Commander of the 142nd MP Company is Captain O'Connell Flat. First Sergeant First Class Rogers. Commander of the 3rd MP Detachment is Major Bassett. First Sergeant is First Sergeant Valley. 8th MP Brigade Security Guard Element led by Corporal Yu. Council Military Working Dog Section is led by First Sergeant Martin. Commander of the 249th MP Detachment is Captain Cummings. First Sergeant is First Sergeant Jenkins.